This is Uncle Momo's music reaction channel where I provide my views on talented artists from around the world, both established artists and non-established artists. And I promise you that you won't be disappointed whatsoever. So why don't you come and join me in discovering amazing, talented artists and bringing it to the forefront of my channel for us to view. Now, my next reaction, we're going to go over to Ukraine with VLADIMIR DANTES, and this track is called Not a Refugee. It's been released on the 5th of September and it's already had 155,000 views. In the description page, which you know I like to read out, it says, I wrote this song in April after once again listening to the stories of my friends who were not in Ukraine. Everyone, all has one, wanted to return home as soon as possible to his unusual life, his usual life, and in all these can't never pronounce this word, conversations, there you go, there was pain. A pain of leaving home, love, work, family, and everything. But later, some returned to Ukraine, and these were the happiest conversations and feelings. They were from euphoria, from the fact that they were breathing Ukrainian air again. It was a joy that could not be interrupted by sirens because they were close to their loved ones. And I'll read out the second part of what is written down as well after my reactions. But once again, Ukrainian artists showing their heartfelt in how they're feeling, and they want to express that, and they want the world to know, as well as Ukrainians to know, because there's people that can also reflect as well as relate. So it's nice to know that this is a constant circle of endearment where everyone is speaking to each other, everyone is sharing their hearts, their soul, and quite frankly how they're feeling. And I'd be more than happy to read out the second half of that. Look, if you haven't done already, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification button to indicate to you when my next uploads will be. Also, on my Facebook page and my Instagram page, there's various links that I'd be more than happy to share with you. All you have to do is DM me and I will share with you a number of links which these amazing artists are setting out various projects in aid of supporting Ukraine. So, look, let's go straight into my next reaction. Also, after, I'm going to read the lyrical content which is put down in his description page, but unfortunately not as a CC subtitles, so apologies for that. Anyway, without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it? Don't forget about your support. Let's rock! So this is the returning home. For how long? On average, between under 200 days. That's for a year. Can't wait for you guys to go home. So that was VLADIMIR DANTES with Not a Refugee. And I think that is such a potent statement. Because there, as you know, there is many Ukrainians spread around the whole world, unfortunately. And they have to make do with what they have and go forward in life. You know, even though what's forced them out is, you know, it still hasn't yet diminishing, and you know they're waiting to come back. We know, but A, it's hard to carry on one's life in another country, knowing that where you just come back from. B, having some kind of normality, knowing that you're yearning to go back. This, regardless how the state is, regardless if you're building or you no longer have a house because it's all in rubbles, you want to get back because that's home. That's home. You don't want to make a new home. You've got a home. It's just unfortunately that I had to leave. You know, the family, the children, my grandmother. We had to go, but make sure, not make sure, we will definitely make sure that we'll return back. Because that's the only home that we know. It is food for thought, isn't it? In this day and age, the 21st century, where people are forced out of their homes. And when I mean the homes, I'm not talking about the home, I'm talking about the country as in home. Ukraine is their home, not, you know, home. You've been forced out of home. And now you're looking at it from a media's point of view, or media's eye, or, you know, a relative of that, by phone, or making sure that your friends and family are okay. Some have unfortunately perished. But you want to go home. That's your home, that's all you know. Yeah, I don't mind, you know, obviously you don't mind, you do mind, but you know, whatever state it's in, we will rebuild, we will tidy up because that's my home. That's what I know. So why wouldn't I want to come back? Yeah, thank you very much for everybody around the world that has helped in aid, especially Poland. Oh my gosh, amazing. But we want to go back, we want to go home. Some countries, you know, you can tell by many wars that's happening around the world within this 100 years, and it forced people to leave their homes, and sometimes there's nothing to come back to, and so they stay in the country where there is because there's better facilities, better, you know, this, better that for their children, and you have to look at that. What is best for your family? What's best for your child? But at some point, if your heart and soul is aching, it's because you're missing home. And this is hitting a nail on the head, VLADIMIR. That there's many Ukrainians around the world that's yearning to come back home. And I think that this music video, this song, for me was a missing part on my channel. I have everything else, every kind of what I think thought was every kind of you know, heartfelt passion that was coming from every artist. I didn't think about coming back home, and that is just like, that completes my catalogue, you know, the coming back home. I've got the miss you, I've got why, I've got I hate you, I've got, you know, but coming back home, that is so strong. Kozak done coming back to the mum. They was coming back home, but there was, you know, mum, I miss mum. And that was just like, I can't remember, she was a famous actress, the woman who played the mum, of Lena, I can't remember now. But yeah, this one, amazing, I love it. I'm going to go back into it again and look at it. But it was just the photos of Ukrainians in different parts of the world, you know, that I think that got me to the point of, okay, these are the countries that are helping, that are, you know, taking on. And I'm not going to say refugees, because you're not, you know, you're not refugees when you go into something that, it's a horrible term, but it's not the case of that, because you want to go back. You know, you're not refugees at all. you're just visiting. You're just visiting their country and you're going to go back home, you know? But yeah, I'm going to go back into it. There's quite a few things that that choked me up, and I just want to take it in a little bit more than what I've already have. So for now, I salute you. Boom.
Почнувся знову.